Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Sam Rubin, President and CEO of Nasdaq-listed LightPath Technologies, a global leader in optics and photonic solutions, with LightPath's response to COVID-19 as global economies return back to work. Tell us a little bit more about LightPath Technologies.
LightPath is a 30-year-old leader in optical technology, optical meaning lenses and optical components used in any product or any system that has some light or some optics in it. The origins of LightPath are in taking the technology of producing lenses and converting it into a cost-efficient mass production system. And so LightPath, using techniques from molding or plastics and so on, have converted that over to optics and has, for the last 30 years, made very cost-efficient, very high volume production of glass lenses for use in anywhere from DVDs to laser pointers to telecom equipment and to temperature measurement cameras, for example. In the last few years, LightPath has taken that technology of molding glass lenses and converted it over to a new area of making glass lenses specific for infrared. And one of the main applications in infrared is temperature measurement, either thermal cameras or thermometers or different ways of measuring temperature. And there it has, using that technology, we have been able to significantly reduce the cost of the optical components in any system like that by as much as 10 times, and therefore enabling the technology to be used in many other places. One of the places that we see it a lot today is in contactless temperature measurement. Both the thermometers that get pointed at forehead or cameras that are scanning through an entire crowd to measure temperature, all of those use lenses like ourselves or others like us to collect the light and to basically create that image and take the measurement of the temperature. With our lenses, that cost has gone down significantly and has enabled really mass production of those devices that today we see in many other places. The company is global in operations in 3 countries, a very significant history of innovation throughout the years, which now we're really taking it to the next level in this area of infrared. So among those things that we do, we produce lenses for products such as LiDAR, such as imaging, telecom, laser cutting, microscopy, and almost any place where one can think of that light exists or light is used in a product, lenses like ours are in there and being used for that.
Okay. Now, how has LightPath Technologies responded to COVID-19? How quickly were you able to pivot with your employees and your clients and support the communities in which you serve?
Yeah, definitely. So as a manufacturer of the lenses that are a key component in all these temperature measurement devices, as well as in the PCR instruments that actually test for the virus and look for it, we've been, from day one, from the very beginning, essential businesses in all countries where we operate. And in China in particular, even when the entire country was closed down, we were asked to open our factories there much earlier and quickly in order to provide those lenses. So we've seen demand grow for all these lenses starting from February and really peaking and growing more and more through April and May, to a point that we have added shifts all across all our production, working 24/7 in all our production facilities to produce as many of these lenses as we can to support building of these temperature measurement devices and virus screening instrumentation. So a very big push by all our employees in order to deliver for that, as we know it has a very direct impact in the fight at COVID-19.
So Sam, on the other side of COVID-19, what does it mean for the optical industry? How could other industries use optical technology, rethink their supply chains and manufacturing?
Definitely. Optics is a very diversified industry in the sense that it serves many different industries, all the way from semiconductor manufacturing, to telecom, to consumer goods in some places. As such, as a very diversified customer base, the optics industry is able to continue to operate even in times where maybe one or two specific segments might be hurting more than others. In terms of supply chain, what we've seen is that many companies like ourselves are rethinking the dependency on any one specific vendor or one specific area of the world. So for us, for example, we've built between our 3 manufacturing facilities redundancies in such a way that if we had to close down any of those manufacturing facilities due to COVID, we could still continue to operate in the other 2 without losing any capabilities because of that dependency. And that's something that we're seeing across the board in many optics companies, a real in-depth thought about the supply chain and how to build contingencies for any situation possible. If there's one thing that we learned here is that even things that we previously thought are unimaginable today might happen. So a very detailed thought into that and building contingencies and backup plans for everything.
All right, Sam, thank you so much for joining us on Trade Talks.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.